Hey there. So, before I start my video, there's a clarification. Apparently, don't make videos at 3 something in the morning when you're uber exhausted and you have not yet had your tea. Because I went on a quiet rant about traits. When in actuality, I have made 2 actually extremely good traits on here, with Gray and with Film Game Junkies, that I was very pleased with. I got a excellent addition to my ship factory that could not be found around here, and I got 2 excellent films from Film Game Junkies as well. Wasting Away, which is a zombie film I had no knowledge of, and became one of my favorites, right up there with I liked a little bit Zombie. A lot of people didn't like that one, but I thought it was fun, and those were kind of like on par with them. And of course Tokyo Decadence, which my better half didn't like that much because she's not into those type, but it was still a fun movie to have. But yeah, I have made some great trades on here, but apparently at 3:30 in the morning my foggy brain didn't realize that. And not to make an excuse, but I did come back from I don't know, 4 movies in a row, and basically almost in a row, so I was kind of muddled. Anyway, let's get on with the video. I just finished watching Witchboard. I watched most of the features on the new Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and the 45-minute documentary on Witchboard is incredible. There's a ton of really great vintage stuff on there. I give it the highest recommendation and that I can for a Screen Factory one. I mean, this is not even a collector's edition. The fact that this much work went into one, you know, this is not one with the slipcase. It's not a reversible cover. It's not a collector's edition. But there's as much stuff put on this thing than I've seen on many of, and probably more so on some stuff than there is on some ones that are collector's editions. And I'd forgotten what a good film it was. I'd forgotten how well the relationships were done within the film. Todd Allen's and Steve Nichols characters, their loss of friendship and their they're trying to gain back their friendship is very real. I mean, the film goes beyond what you'd expect for the average horror film. This was Kevin Tenney's first horror film, and I'm not sure if it was just that he got caught up in trying to make the characters more real, or if he was just that confident with that good of a cast in his first film out. But it is amazing how well the characters gel in the movie Witchboard. They seem like Tawny Kitaen and Todd Allen seem like a young couple in love. Todd Allen and Steve Nichols really do seem like best friends. Their friendship, the bromance part of it, is actually stronger for me than the romance part of it. And it's just so interesting and heartbreaking to see the way that it went and the way that it goes and what could have happened. The movie stands the test of time. Of course, they say that originally the movie was going to be called Ouija, but there was worries about like lawsuits, so they actually had to change the name to Witchboard. I know all about this one because I worked for a company that had a Witchboard, well, a Ouija board, that they had their own specific name on. And I had written 3 films for that company as a trilogy of films based on their brand of Ouija board. Now, they only made 1 film, so although I did get paid for the films, and I cannot complain about that. The movies that I still consider the best movies I ever written were never ever produced and made into films. I've only had 1 that's made its way into a short film format, but I have gotten paid for about 6 or 7 films that I've written. Whether somebody will ever option those away from that company down the road. I don't know, but I hope not, because some of the stuff, early stuff, I wasn't that pleased with, and the only ones that worked were those last three. But there's one that I really never want to get made because it would be extremely controversial, and it was done at the time to give the company notoriety. When I wrote the script, nobody else would touch it, and they offered me a little bit more to do it, and I accepted, and actually had thought about following it up with a film that would have been equally controversial. And I had, at the time, I had kind of I wasn't the most religious guy. You know, religion is part, like faith, spirituality, that's part of me. But I'm not, like, I don't characterize myself as a religious person per se. But this was probably going a little bit beyond, and I wasn't really, well, I thought the script was good, but I wasn't proud of the fact that that this was where I was going in my film writing career. And it was only for about 2 or 3 years that I wrote films, but it was an interesting time in my life, and I'm proud that I got to do it. As a person that is a fan of movie, that considers himself a student of film, to get that extra mile and to get your name on a credit, no matter how crappy it is, and to actually sell stuff for people to buy your work, it's incredibly satisfying. There's one thing to get it out on your own, which is what I had planned to do, and there's another thing to have somebody look and say, okay, yeah, your script is good enough, we'll take it. That was an extremely proud time in my life. And I mean, I could probably easily go back to writing and make an okay living, but the in-between spaces, I'm 42 years old right now, and I'm finishing off a business degree because, honestly, I don't know if I've got the dedication to go back into writing in a full-time aspects. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to make a film myself down the road, whether that be writing or directing. I would like to do something that would really kind of like spark my creative interest again. Just before I started into my business course, I spent a lot of time writing on here, especially a lot of science fiction, and that's a genre that I hadn't tackled before, so it was kind of different for me. I'm more of a horror and writer, with a dramatic writer. I think comedy, I can't write. Comedy is the hardest thing in the world to write. If you can write comedy, I have all the props and all the power to you, because you know what, I can't do it. It's every type of writing, from it doesn't matter what it is. I've written comic books, I've written scripts, and I sold each on that one. But I'm really sad the comic book didn't come out. But at least I got paid. That's the important thing, right? I would like to have seen that. I totally lost my train of thought. Everything has a beat. If you've written music or songs or poetry, for instance, you know all about iambic pentameter. Every film works with a certain beat that it goes with. Horror movies have so many. It has a successful horror movie. If you really watch a lot of the successful horror movies in different genres, especially like a slasher or something like that, you can almost time the jumps to the nudity, to the humor, but whatever. You can almost time it down to like a song-like aspect. There is a formula to writing a successful film, and not saying it's going to be casted right or be directed well, but when you write enough of these things, you realize, yeah, you can bang them out in shorter periods of time as you go through. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I wanted to comment here. I want to set the record straight about my grumbly rant. Yeah, every time that I make a mistake on here, guys, I will come back on and I will rectify that because that's how I roll. Today is it's more of a relaxed day for me. I'm staying home. I'm watching a few Blu-rays. Yep, watching the features and stuff on these things here, and maybe watch a few of the movies as well. I really want to see Q the Winged Serpent again, especially with the commentary on it. And I hear that the commentary on what's the other one I've got? Night Riders is supposed to be really good as well, so I want to check that out. So, and that's going to be a long one, so I'll probably watch that one later tonight. Anyway, enough rambling for me. That is what I have done. That is my, in the movie, that is my thoughts on Witchboard. That is my thoughts on online trading. Still hope to do that when I have something that's really kind of worth trading down the road, or I see something somebody wants. I'm here in Canada, so every once in a while we get exclusives. And next time, Blu-ray Anonymous, dude, don't overpay for carry. I can get it for you for cheap for stuff like that. Let me know. I paid $5 for carry from Blu-ray. Just saying. $5. Beautiful cover. Anyway, guys, that's my video. That's my ranty, not ranty, that's my rambly video. Hopefully a little bit more sensical than the last one I did. And yes, I was a screenwriter. I did it for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it was a very fun experience. Would I do it again? Probably, but I would make sure that the people that I was working with were a mite more professional. I know that the last script that I wrote, it took me forever to get paid. If you're writing, make sure that if you write a screenplay and you're writing for somebody, that you outline it right away that if you do rewrites, and especially if you have to do extensive rewrites, don't make these rewrites free. Get paid for rewrites. You know, unless it's something that you've botched up totally, and if they want things changed around a lot, you know, this is your time. Your time is their money. It may seem a little cynical to say, but it's true that it's not a free service. It's great if somebody says, okay, I want to hire you to write a film, or I want to hire you to do this part. But remember, this is you get paid for this for a reason. You're doing a good job. And any guys that are out there that are into filmmaking or want to ask me questions on filmmaking, feel free to do so. I did spend a little bit of time in the industry, not in the mainstream industry, in the industry, because that's where I'm more comfortable with. And I would not like. I didn't want to work in mainstream. I turned down mainstream twice actually, because I'm an idiot, and for one, and I was along the lines of I wanted to have a lot of control, and Disney wasn't going to give me a lot of control. But thanks for watching, guys, and right now it is time for tea.